What's up guys, it's Supercar Blondie here in Dubai and I have massive news. Like, I am so excited about this. You see this car right here? I just bought this car. Look at it! Look at this beauty! I cannot believe this car, honestly. Look at this. We're gonna go through all of its details in just a second, but I just want us to stand here from the side and appreciate just how unique this car is. I've never seen anything like it in my life. This is so freaking amazing. So what's even more exciting is that I'm going to be the first person in the world to get this car delivered, and it's going to be limited to 24 pieces. They're only making 24 of these cars in the world and I get the first one. So this is pretty much exactly how it's going to look when it is delivered to me in about 10 months time. So let's have a look. I'm actually super excited about this because I've been working on the Supercar Blondie channels now for almost 4 years, and it's not something that I just kind of applied for. It wasn't a job role. I just created this business, and I've been working so hard to get to the point where I could firstly buy my first supercar, which was my Lamborghini Huracan, and now I've been able to buy one of the most epic looking limited edition supercars in the world. And I'm just so proud of this moment, so proud of my team as well for working so hard so that we can kind of, I don't know, just be able to live this kind of dream, this supercar dream. It's just incredible. And thank you to you guys as well so much for watching. Over the last 4 years, I have driven like hundreds of supercars and hypercars, and I'm constantly looking for the next craziest car, right? So when I saw this, I was like, is this a concept? Or is this an actual real car? No, like, no, we're making this thing. Like, this is going to happen. It's like, what? It's like they've taken all of the coolest bits of every hypercar in the world and put it into this design. So I was just blown away. I was like, what? Okay, this is gonna be my car. Like, I need to get this car. Because there are so many concept cars that are so awesome, but none of them really come into the world looking the way they do when they're a concept. This, to me, looks as if it should be a concept car, but it's not. It is actually a fully road legal car, and they're only gonna be making 24 of these babies and shipping them around to some lucky customers around the world. So I feel very privileged to be able to say that I am the owner of this brand new RS Design S1. All right, let me show you some of my favorite features. You've got these massive wheels on this car. They look huge. This is 21 inch in the front and you've got 22 inch in the back. Now, it is totally up to each customer how big they want their wheels on this car. For me, I love the size. It looks so, I don't know, it just has such a presence. So I think I'm gonna keep them this size. What I like about this is that this is the first time for me working with the manufacturer from scratch to build the exact car that I want. So I can say, I want my wheels this size, I want the color to be this, I want this feature over here. So because there are only 24 of these cars being made, each customer is going to get like a lot of personal time with the manufacturer to be able to make it like their perfect car. So you've got these, I don't know, like this shape here is, it's different from anything else I've seen. I love these running lights here. The only thing that I wasn't too keen on was these lights here. I would have rathered them be, I don't know, just a little bit more modern looking. This to me kind of looks a little bit old school, but I think that that's the only part of this car that I'm not 100% on. Everything else I absolutely love. You're gonna see features here on the car, and I'm sure you've already started writing in the comments section, I see this, I see that. The Pagani is what I see right here. When you look at this, it is different. It's not in the kind of tier shape exactly, but it does have a kind of Pagani-esque feel to me, these side mirrors. And then you've got the headlights here that is more classic Pagani. this here, you will recognize straight away as a Koenigsegg feature, where the windscreen wiper is set in the middle of the windscreen, so it'll go like this. So that's kind of Koenigsegg-ish. The way that this kind of dips down and has these massive fenders here, that's probably my favorite design element on this car. Just how pronounced this area is, and just how smooth and short nosed this is here. I just think it looks really aggressive and really great. And I love these louvres as well. The white color, I'm not too sure of. I love that you can see the contrast between the body, the white, and all of these louvres in black. But this is where I want to get you guys involved. What color should I order my S1 in? Please let me know in the comments section. I would love your input. I honestly have no idea at this point. I've just seen it in white, so I can do whatever I want. Please let me know. So exterior color and interior color. Give me those options, and I'm gonna read through your comments because I need ideas, you guys. Let me show you how the doors open. Now you can see here, part of the roof will open with the door. So you see that on a McLaren 720S, for example. And then this panel goes all the way down here. And what's interesting is it ends here. So halfway over the fender, so half of this is gonna come up, which is really cool. Like, that's gonna be a massive door. And it's like you're gonna have some of the part of the louvres on the door panel, which is so cool. We've got a roof scoop, which I love. Not just for practicality, but also for looks. I love that. Obviously, I'm gonna have mine in Dubai, so I had to ask those questions. How is it gonna function under, extreme heat? It said, don't worry about it. We've looked at all of that stuff. One of the reasons why we've got this roof scoop is, of course, to feed more air into the engine, which is here. So it is a mid-engine supercar, you guys. So that's where we're going to see the engine. These exhaust pipes remind me of what you have on the McLaren 600 LT. So they come up instead of being placed here at the rear, which leads me to what we're working with, right? You might be going, yeah, okay, it's a cool looking car. How fast is it? 2.7 seconds, 0 to 100, which is insane. From a naturally aspirated V8 right here that produces 705 horsepower. Come around here, have a look at the back. You've got this sweeping tail light here that goes all the way across the back. Now, the thing is that if you follow their Instagram account, which obviously we are doing, you can see it on the screen here now. You're gonna see little changes, little updates as they go through the production phase, which is over the next 10 months or so. I've been having a look at their updates, and it looks as if they've changed the look of the rear taillights to 2 on either side. So we're going to see slight changes, but the way it does look right now is pretty much exactly how we're going to see it once it rolls off the production line. I say production line, but there's not really one. There's only 24 of them, which is crazy. I love this as well. This kind of flashing light from the F1. The LaFerrari has one of those, which is so cool. So really, I feel like they've tied in some of the coolest features from the world's coolest hypercars into this baby right here. Some of you might say it's a supercar, some of you might call it a hypercar. In my mind, it looks like a hypercar, it performs like a hypercar, so we're gonna call it a hypercar. It's my first ever hypercar! All right, now, come on around, I gotta show you this. Here, this is ARES design right here. ARES with this helmet logo. You might be wondering why they have a helmet as a logo. That's because they think they might need it when they actually steal the customers away from all the other manufacturers. I thought that was such an interesting story behind a logo. So there you have it. These guys, ARES Design, was founded in 2014, so it's relatively new. They're actually a luxury coach builder. Let me explain what that means. What they do is they create unique, like one-of-a-kind cars, and they also do limited production cars. For example, they will take a Bentley Mulsanne that has originally 4 doors and they will completely redesign that so that it had 2 doors. So they've done that one-off unique piece for a customer. They've also done several others, like for example, they have done a Panther, which is based off a Lamborghini Huracan. So what they do is they take certain cars and they make them super unique for customers. But what they also do is they do limited production cars like this one. So this car, the S1, what they've done is they've borrowed the naturally aspirated V8 from the latest Corvette, because of course Corvette changed from having the engine in the front to having it mid-engine, so mid-mounted. So what they've done is they've taken that from Corvette as the base, and that's what they're using in this car, but they have completely retuned the engine. So now it's over 700 horsepower. You'll see also in the interior that the cabin is kind of divided into two separate parts, kind of like what you see in the current Corvette. However, the whole interior is completely different, as you can see in this graphic right here. It looks nothing like a Corvette, but now that I mention it to you, you probably go, oh yeah, because there's that divider in the middle. Yeah, I get you. So the great thing about taking an engine from the Corvette is that actually this is going to be super easy to service. Because when you get something this unique and they do an in-house built engine, what would happen is if anything went wrong, they would have to send team members to you. It would be so difficult. It would just be so difficult for them to fix, right? If anything goes wrong. With this, they will take this into any dealership that services a Corvette. So it's going to make it super, super simple. It looks like a hypercar, but it has the practicality of owning a Corvette, if you know what I mean. So I kind of like those two worlds being combined. Which brings me to the price. Now, if you saw this, what would you think? How much would you think that something this crazy would cost? I mean, for me, if I saw this anywhere in the world, I would go, right, this is at least a $2 million car. That's just from my knowledge, my experience of what I've seen everywhere in the world from lots of different manufacturers. If they come out with something this crazy looking, it's going to cost you. But here's the good news. Because they use the donor car of the Corvette, they can really bring that cost down. So it looks like a $2 million car, but it'll only cost you about $650,000. Now, I say only, of course it's a lot of money. I know that. I've had to work to get to this point to be able to afford a car like this. I know the hustle that goes into that. It is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money for something that looks like this and is limited to only 24 cars in the world. So I'm just like, honestly, I'm super psyched. This is the first time I'm seeing it outside. It's usually just displayed in their showroom. And I walked up to it, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. I cannot wait to actually drive this. Like, this is gonna be my car. Can you imagine getting into this thing? It honestly, like, this is the biggest head turner I have seen in ages. And I just love the fact that they're bringing hypercars to a price point that you would never imagine is possible. So I just love the combination of what they're doing here. And I want to know your opinion, guys. What do you think? Do you love it as much as I do? I'm so excited about this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the journey of them building it over the next 10 months. I should get it early next year. That is the predicted time. So over the next 10 months or so, I'm going to be checking in with the team in Modena, Italy, as they progress through the build. So I'll keep you guys updated, and please let me know what colors you guys think I should go with, what color schemes, because that's the next thing I get to do. All right, let me know. Oh my God, can you imagine getting in? I'm just gonna picture it, right? I'm walking up with the key. Quick! Yeah, I like it.